Dear indie gamers, welcome back. Today we dig into a cozy and challenging escape room experience with Mistwood Mansion, developed by Lost Sock Studio. This is a summer Next Fest demo of 2023 for those of you in the future, and this is my first impression of Escape from Mistwood Mansion and why you should never have me on your escape room team. So starting the demo, I did what anyone in the locked room would do, and I started rummaging around everywhere, pulling books from the shelves, turning over cups, and fiddling with phones and briefcases, thinking where to start. And there's puzzles everywhere. There's Morse code, Roman numerals, train ticket stubs, maps. I was lost. This brings me to reason number one of why you don't want me on your escape room team. I will get distracted very easily. I'm pretty sure I don't have OCD, and yet I spent a good amount of time stacking logs and tidying away scrolls. I don't think that was going to solve a puzzle. It just felt right, like it needed to be done. Speed is not my forte, and it is definitely not on your side if I am on your team. You're tidying up the place. I love the way the puzzles are all connected. You can start anywhere and it all links together so smoothly, as if everything is happening all at once. It makes you feel like it could be played in multiplayer if the dev really wanted to do that. Could that be a possibility? A multiplayer escape room? I'm sure those exist. Which is precisely why I think this is a good escape room. It feels like it's not a linear experience. You can start anywhere. If one puzzle is too hard, you move on to the next one, and that's what I love about this. My personal favourite puzzles, and without spoiling any of the answers, were the ones involving the train tickets and the Morse code. Both were so creative and satisfying to solve, and the puzzle design struck a nice balance between challenging and not frustratingly difficult. I never found any of these puzzles too easy, except for the one time I had to ask for a hint. I never felt like I needed to bang my head against a wall. The answers made sense, the puzzles made sense, and that's what made them all the more satisfying. Reason number two you don't want me on your escape room team. Safety. So I'm sitting by the fire in this escape room, brainstorming ideas, and I get the wonderful, brilliant thought of, let's see what we can burn in the fireplace. Why not? Another puzzle, I had to connect 2 live wires to complete a circuit, and I thought, so I think I can put a battery there, right? That's how batteries work. Nope. I would not recommend you try either of those at home. Please do not start burning things and putting batteries between live wires. Thank goodness for the safety of virtual worlds. The atmosphere and sound design was just right. It wasn't amazing. I didn't see grand vistas and large orchestral pieces, but you don't get a lot of that in a locked room. What they have accomplished, and I'm very thankful for, is that nothing is distracting. When you are spending the whole time puzzle solving, it's good to have pleasant music and sound design that doesn't distract or overwhelm from what you are doing. Like a breath of fresh air in your mind. Now, a few things I want to bring up after perusing the Steam page. There is mention of multiple endings. Is this a narrative game? I feel like I didn't get that in the demo, except for maybe at the beginning where it tells you you're locked in a room. Or possibly the train stub journeys and the briefcase hints at a narrative. I don't know. I would love for there to be a narrative to this, and I'm curious to see what the narrative will be. I can't imagine there won't be one if there's multiple endings. There's also mention of hidden secrets. I love hidden secrets, especially when they're coupled with an in-game journal to give that extra flavor text. You know, when it tells you what an item is in a snarky voice, or it gives you a bit of history between you and the item. Who this person is that you've not met, but you've seen his diary. Love reading those, and it adds a whole layer to the game. I love it. I love it. It makes me wonder if there is a secret in the demo. I'm very curious now. I'm wondering if I need to jump back into the demo to find out. If anyone here who has played the demo and knows there are secrets, please let me know in the comments. You don't have to tell me what the secret is. Just tell me there is one and I will find it. Lastly, there will be 5 puzzle-filled rooms. It doesn't sound like a lot, but if you count how long it took me to do this room and factor in any narrative elements, you're looking at a 4 to 5 hour playthrough, which isn't too bad. And again, if you take into account the multiple endings, depending on how those are done, you could be looking at maybe a 10, maybe 15 hour playthrough. 10-15 hours of puzzle solving? I would say that's a meaty game. Even without knowing what the price point is, that's good. Only question I have is if the room in the demo will be in the game. If it is, I've already played a fifth of the game. What could be done is if you take that room and change the answers, then it will still be kind of fresh. Reason number 3, you don't want me on your escape room team. There is a small, tiny, possible chance that I will just abandon you to go get some food. I'm sorry, I don't have a reasonable good reason. If I'm hungry, I will just look for food. There you have it, my first impressions of Escape from Mistwood Mansion, and why you should never have me on your escape room team. I had a blast exploring this cozy yet challenging escape room from Lost Sock Studio. If brain teasers and puzzles are your thing, you should definitely wishlist. The link is below in the description. Also, if you enjoyed this video and want to see more indie games coming up, hit the like and subscribe button. If you've played the demo or you're looking forward to it, also let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts and who is excited. Thanks for joining me on this escape room adventure, and until our next dig, happy gaming and keep exploring.